Live evening all. We hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Hope it's all good. We're just getting ourselves comfy and organised here.
That's why I normally sit and I'm like completely gone out of them.
Oh, sorry, love.
That's it.
There we go.
That's better.
Get Cash back on. Hope you're all good. Hope everything's fine with you guys. Hope you're all fine and dandy. So we'll dive through the list. Hi, Derek. I'll start from the bottom up. Hi, Kitten Killer. Hi, Derek. Hope you're having a great time, mate. Sorry I haven't been in contact. Been super sort of busy. Got a few things going on. Stealth Car. Hiya, mate. BJ. Hi to you and your family. Hope you're all awesome. TJ. Hi, mate. Hope it's all good with you. Kiwi. Hello, brother. Where else are we? Anybody else?
Yachts.
We got Yachts. Hi, Yachts. Hi, Dirty Faces. Hi, Silver Rain. Hi, BJ Harris.
There's a lot in the house tonight.
I've said hello to BJ twice. Hello, Gary Lund. Yeah. Right.
Katrina, hello.
Hi, Katrina. I think that's got you all. So, hope you're all doing well. And, first thing I want to talk about tonight. Community, survival, community, how you will progress on those dark days, those moments where you're struggling, those times of difficulty, and how important it is. This week, you all saw me do a video, which I was fairly confident when I started off. Hi, Ian.
Good evening.
And I failed. And I got so much advice and help. It was fantastic. The amount of comments that come through, and I was sitting there going, blimey. And I was making notes and that, and the following on the Saturday morning. Hi, Benny. On a Saturday morning, I WhatsApped Chris and Owen from ONS, and I was like, how you doing, guys? And they were both sitting there doing the same thing I was. And it ended up with me going out in the garden and cracking it. I did bow drill. I not only did bow drill once,
forgive you, TJ.
twice, 3 times. The third time I videoed for you guys, and the initial effort of that failed. The next one succeeded. So what's the lesson there for me? The lesson there, hi John, is practice, but also community, the support, the help you get from people, the confidence you can build, and how it can make you feel. I'm just going to change my glasses because those are giving me a headache. And how it will make you feel. And lo and behold, also Saturday, as you're aware, I'm a recovering biker. Missing my big V twin desperately, but there we go, getting over it. I'm a bit old for that now, grown up. No disrespect to anybody else out there. It's the winters are starting to tell on me now, and the hips hurting. So I've given it up for the moment. Might come back to it at a later date. But somebody that was very popular in the UK and quite elsewhere around the world, Dave Myers, it was the anniversary of his passing. Okay. And 25,000 bikers got together to follow his mate Cy King from Oxfordshire, just outside of London, all the way up to Cumbria, over 300-mile ride. To pay tribute to him, to go to his birthplace, to go to the place where he was from, where he was loved, where he was a hero. Okay. Now, Dave Myers, I know a lot of you guys abroad are going, who the hell's that? He was one of the hairy bikers. These two guys rose out of nothing, a couple of ordinary geezers in the UK that rode motorbikes, had a passion for their bikes, but also had a passion for food and cooking. And had a fantastic career, fantastic time together, entertained us all, and shared their love. And they were a couple of ordinary guys who did well. But the other thing there was the community, the biking community. People that had never met this guy, people that had never met his mate, joined on that ride to show support for his mate, for a fallen brother, for his family, okay? And went along. It's community. It's what it's about. If there's one lesson I've learned this weekend, it is, and I've always said it, build your community. Build a community of people you love, people you trust, people you know got your back. Because when the poo hits the fan, when life's turd of extremity has flown up into the air, gone through that fan, those are the people that you want around you. And you've got to build that when times are good. Okay. There will always be somebody who will come out of the darkness and turn out to be a good friend in times of need, but
Evening Sticks.
build that community. And that's what I feel I've got here. Thank you, guys. Since the end of my service for the Ministry of Defence and the military, since me leaving my bike club, yeah, I felt a bit lonely. I'm starting to feel that community, that bond. I know a lot of us are very, very far apart, but I'm feeling that bond, that brotherhood, that sisterhood, that, got my back. So from me, thank you. Thank you to everybody that commented, everybody that liked, everybody that shared, everybody that did anything. And even if you didn't, and you just sat there at home and went, oh, go on, Mick, I felt it.
BJ says, don't forget to put your warning out.
The warning. And the warning tonight is Mickey's live. No, this channel here, we will show no extremities, no blood, no sex, no violence, no political nastiness. We don't have ravings and rantings and all the rest of it. This is a fun evening. However, we are all adults. If you have children in the room, we don't aim to shock, swear, use bad language, smoke, or do anything like that. But it does happen on occasion. Okay, I occasionally slip, and occasionally a comment may come up in the channel. So please be aware of that. Keep an eye open for it, because you may need to do a little bit of explaining to your young ones, or possibly stick your fingers in their ear holes. Other than that, have an absolutely fantastic evening. Enjoy yourselves with us. And if there is anybody young out there watching this,
your child might be in the boot, Benny.
You may need to explain to your parents some of the words that are used. It seems to me some of the youngsters today, or some of the young people today, seem to know more words than I ever knew. Anyhow, so
Got 8 packs of Hexamine. Oh dear,
mate. I can't give the advice I wish to because this is a public forum. However, I would just say to you, be sensible about it. This whole Hexamine thing, I'll be honest with you, was badly publicised, badly planned. I will say to you, it is illegal to own, it is illegal to possess, it is illegal to supply. In the UK, it's classed as explosive. So you have to be aware of legality. But I'd also be aware that a couple of people I've spoken to in law enforcement have no idea what it's pretty much what's Hexamine.
We didn't know, they didn't know.
So again, be realistic about it. Okay, be sensible about it.
We have to talk about this, John. What's a psychological nudity?
Psychological nudity. Oh, that's somewhere that's somewhere I go deep down inside there, my friend. Sometimes in my head, I see myself doing a Billy Connolly, skipping naked round the standing stones of my imagination.
Naked and afraid, yes.
Naked and afraid. Afraid I'm naked even.
You call it an adult. We're just practicing doing adulting.
Yeah, all right.
We're not really doing it.
Young at heart, shall I say. Young at heart and young in mind. And again, if there's anybody young watching this that is sitting there thinking, God blimey, is this what I've got to look forward to? I will give you a fantastic piece of news. Something nobody has probably told you yet. And that is,
tell me,
doesn't matter how old you get, up there you stay as young as you want to be. Okay? Don't let them force you into thinking you're old. Up there, you be as young as you want. I'm still only 16, 17.
It might say Magnus on there, but it's not. It's squashed this week.
Blackcurrant lemonade for Kaz tonight. I am still on the Sticks hooch, which we are now down to just over 10 litres left.
About that much left in the thing now.
Yeah, 10 litres left on that, Chris. Yeah. It's
Timmy, it's it's so drinkable.
It is very drinkable.
Very,
It is
yeah,
too
it's-
drinkable. I'm sitting there. I'm a non-drinker. I stopped drinking for many years. I'm not drinking this for the alcohol content. It's the vitamin and the minerals contained within Sticks Hooch, otherwise
Yes.
known as Twatsap.
And last week, I didn't have a hangover on Monday. Nothing.
Yeah, Cass was fine. She didn't have a hangover. I didn't have a hangover either. I had a good dose of water, and I think I did my mate Sticks an injustice on the camp, saying, "Oh, blimey, that give me a head." I think that was realistically, when I think back on it. All right, bear in mind at one point there was 10 of us there, and I took 60 litres of water. I actually tipped away 30 litres of water on the last day, and I didn't replenish.
Angry beaver juice.
So I think, really, truthfully, that was my own fault. I don't think I was hydrating enough.
No.
And I think having that in the evening was just enough to give me a bit of a head. So, yeah, I would say, Sticks makes a damn good pint. If anybody can, yeah.
You read what Benny's just put.
Very good. Very good, Benny. It Sticks up. Yes, Sticks is with us tonight. Okay, no. All right. So, yeah, maybe a couple of Easter eggs floating around. If any of you know what an Easter egg is, it's a YouTube term. I've been reading up just lately. There's a couple of Easter eggs floating around. If anybody can spot one of the most obvious Easter egg, let me know when you spot it. First one to spot it may be sent a little prize. So, yeah, it's a little something out there. An oddity. Other than that, yeah, Sticks. This stuff's good, mate. It is a lovely pint. We had a little bit of sunshine this week, and I will tell you, sitting in the sun with a cold one, yeah, worked a treat. Mate, you need to open a brewery. We need to get up the woods and stop knocking this out in the hundreds of gallons. All right. We could be then running it into the hills of the UK. We need a couple of old Model T Fords, pickup styly, and yeah, we could be doing really well. Nearly Kiwi, but you might have actually missed it. That might have been that there as a bit of a misleader, but well spotted. Orion's belt. So yeah, I was showing somebody today
His etches.
how to, or basically finding the North Star. Okay, and as you're all aware, the North Star is the only one that doesn't rotate in the night sky. Everything else rotates around that. And the two easiest ways to find it are off of Orion's belt. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, obviously, well, you're not going to see the North Star in the Southern Hemisphere.
No, TJ, it's not a good thing to say, is it?
Or off the Big Dipper. Okay, so yeah, as I don't know if it makes sense to you all. So then, obviously, in the night sky.
Oh, Copperhead Road, I know that for years.
They are not in relation to one another. The Orion's belt and the Big Dipper here on my map are not in relation. They're just to give an idea. So when you look, you find those three stars that are in a dead straight line. Okay, they stand out in the night sky like a beauty. Absolute perfect straight line. If you have a look, it's Orion. That's Orion's shoulders. That's Orion's feet. And if you come from Orion's right foot up through the right-hand side of his belt, it forms a straight line to the North Star. Again, the Big Dipper, which I think everybody's knows pretty well. If you go to the opposite side of the handle, opposite side of the bucket from the handle, these two stars here, again, point to the North Star. And we'll rotate around the North Star as the night goes on. So as you're wondering, don't get confused and use Orion and the Dipper as the guide. They just point to it, but they'll rotate through the sky through the night.
Funny, yes. Yesterday he was wearing a moonshine t-shirt.
I certainly was wearing a moonshine t-shirt. In fact, actually, this t-shirt's a bit dark, isn't it? It's making it look a bit...
Yeah.
Look back in a minute, guys. I've just got to change my t-shirt. That's a bit dark. Lighting's a bit pants. Let's... it's put me in
Yeah,
mood
I've got my phone because I can't read the chat from here.
Yeah, and if anybody
Yay!
can't see that, I do apologise. But you can always look.
Very tried.
You can always look me up at another time. Time you want to talk about navigation, just shout. But it's a simple rule in the Northern Hemisphere. If you can see the stars, Orion's belt. Imagine he's looking at you. Look for his right foot, his right hand side of his belt. Form a line up past his shoulders, and you will come to the North Star. And again, as I said, if you think of the Big Dipper, you think of the actual bucket on the end of the handle, so opposite side to the handle. Those two stars that side of the bucket, they always point to the North Star as well.
Will you stop bouncing me?
Hooch indeed, Derek. Hooch indeed. And I'm not promoting alcohol, the consumption of alcohol, but I will say my mate Chris makes a damn fine pint of cider.
Hello, do you want to come up? Why are you bugging me?
Oh. Yes. So, unfortunately, I'm going to run out by the end of the month.
Willow's being annoying today. He's bouncing my neck.
Willow's being a right pain in the arse today, isn't he? He's got one of those
he's
days.
got a head on today.
Yeah, got one of those. He's into everything and out of everything.
Just taking half an Oxo cube out of his mouth.
Yeah, little monkey. So, what have you guys been up to? Let's have a look. One drink survival. 80 degrees, humid, beautiful. Oh, nice, Derek.
Timmy.
Nice.
Nice. No.
TJ, I often go up to the woods to knock something out. Better than knocking something up. BCB Crusader, Bonnie and Clyde cider. Copperhead Road. That's a good tune. Do you like Copperhead Road?
No, it's not. Just not interested, thanks.
No.
She did all right.
Yeah,
Timmy. Issuing with a steering pump, but
yeah, I'm afraid, Timmy. No, I won't be attending the Funky Prepper, mate. I used to follow Funky a lot. Yeah, I'm not disrespecting the guy. Please don't take it. I'm disrespecting Funky Prepper. Okay, but he does his thing. I do my thing. I have my own theories, and I can see the conspiracies, and I can see all that's out there. I'll deal with it in my own way. It's there's going to be a lot of good guys there. There's a lot of good preppers, but it's also me and Funky will probably bump heads. Just put it that way.
Yeah, how tough the steering went on. Steering pump went on the CRV.
An update on the car for those of you that were at the camp. Yeah, so what it was, basically, you got the steering pump or power steering pump.
They tried to put me in a ditch.
There was there's a metal line on it that actually runs down the chassis, and it's just behind the driver's side wheel. And it's the only piece of metal piping that's not actually shrouded or protected. So in the UK, where we have a lot of salt, they have a habit of blowing through, apparently. Not regularly, about 10, 15 years into the car's life, if you have salty roads, it is possibly going to blow on you. £49 and about
40p. 40 quid.
40 quid, yeah. And about an hour and a half changing it over. Managed to get power steering fluid all over myself, of course. But yeah, got it swapped over, got it bled, got it done. Power steering pump has a very slight whine to it, where obviously it ran low. But at the moment, all good. All good. Took it out, test drove it, and no issues, no dramas. And I will still say, for the age of the car, having that as a fault wasn't a biggie. Okay, there are things that are going to go wrong with your cars from time to time, and bear in mind how old the car is. I mean, that's what, 15, 16 years old, that car now, I think.
No, she's 2008, so 16.
16 years old.
Yeah.
Well, ain't too bad. I'm fairly confident that the rest of it's going to behave and be good. Somebody sent me a notification and a friend request on Facebook. Guys, don't try and contact me via Facebook. I don't use it anymore. I know it's still up there. You by all means go along to Facebook and have a look at it. But to be honest with you, I'm that caught up with what I do on this, and I'm that caught up with what I do with Kaz. I tend to avoid Facebook these days. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a chain-driven cam. I'm pretty sure of it. No issues there. No dramas. A nod's not a grudge. Or not a nudge. Yeah. Yeah, Gary. Yeah, it's one of those things, mate. It's if you do get it, it basically power steering just went.
Yeah, he went to go up towards the camp with me in the car, and she just wanted to go into the ditch.
Went to turn right, one-handed like you do, and all of a sudden it just tightened right up. It's like onto the brakes before I went through the edge. Yeah, and it's quite an easy repair, Gary, if you get it go on yours. But they're speaking to people, they said, yeah, it's one of the few things that does happen on them. It's common. It's always worth keeping an eye on that pipe. 10 to 15 years, they reckon that the rust usually goes through it, but it's one of those that just goes like that. It doesn't just start dribbling. It just pops and, yeah, power steering fluid absolutely everywhere. But
your name's on the wall.
Yeah, definitely. Kit and
yeah.
Do not have your potassium permanganate in your pocket round you when you're playing with brake fluid or power steering fluid.
Kiwi said that your part's coming this week.
Brilliant, mate. Right, Kiwi, I'm away this week. I'm away, won't be back until Saturday, probably about lunchtime, early afternoon. I'm on a bit of a mission this week. I'm over to the Isle of Wight to see my mum. Give her a hand. Hey, Kiwi.
Yeah, TJ, our little Willow, he's got a squeaky squirrel.
Kiwi, you found it. Finding Nemo. Did anybody find that? Spot it beforehand? Let me drive back. Can't see it on there. Can't see it. If anybody else has got it. Kiwi, your name was on the wall. Yeah. So yeah, Finding Nemo. I just thought, bit of fun. It's just my list of things that I've got to sort out. I know what I want to do.
Yeah, it's a thing Timmy does. Every now and again, he moves stuff about and puts stuff. It's like found Resuscitate Dave.
Always moving stuff around. Right, Kiwi. So when I next see you, remind me. Oh yeah, prize, mate. I haven't even decided what the prize is yet. Resuscitate Dave. Yes, Resuscitate Dave.
Yeah, Resuscitate Dave. He's has appeared after Willow borrowed it.
This is Resuscitate Dave. He's
a lifelike rabbit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
he's used by me.
No, right. Willow.
In the old days, you would get a rabbit. Okay. We live in a world of sensitive people these days, so I get asked to do survival training, and some of those may be young people, sensitive people, or people from organisations, companies that are quite kind and caring. And so I gained Resuscitate Dave, because Resuscitate Dave is my mate. He's sweet, isn't he? Yeah. So Resuscitate Dave.
I've got hair as well.
Resuscitate Dave
is empty.
Okay. So basically, I can give a demo on doing those things that you do.
It is extra funny if he gets a load of like the strawberry shoelaces and stuff like that, because then
I'm a sick puppy, but it always makes me laugh when I start. I basically pull it out of the bag So I'll be doing a course, and they're all stood about 20 feet from me, and I'm there at the table, and I go, right, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you are squeamish, I'd look away now, because I'm about to show you how to dispatch.
See, well, I was trying to steal it again.
And I'll be like, there, rabbit is dead.
It's actually, it's.
You'd be surprised how many people burst into tears.
It's actually one of the World Wildlife Fund ones. That's why it looks quite real. I've got a hair as well, but it saves little kids getting upset and
I call him Resusci Dave because obviously the end of the lesson I've usually got him on the table and he's like that, and I go, right, ladies, gentlemen, kiddies, please don't worry. Here's Resusci Dave. Give me a moment. Pinch his nose. Yeah, Resusci Dave is back. He's fine. So that's what I do. Unfortunately, I have a very small terrier who really wants to get his teeth into Resusci Dave. And at the moment, bear in mind, he's got a duck.
Like TJ, I'm Kaz, if that's what you're trying to find out.
Yeah, so that's Resusci Dave.
Yeah.
Because you will often hear people that have been to my courses, especially younger people, and they go, oh, how's Resusci Dave? Breaks them into the whole reality of it gently.
I'm Caroline, but most of my friends call me Kaz. So.
Oh, you're after that, isn't you, Willow?
You're not having it.
I'm going to get it. You'll see a little step ladder come in the room in a minute.
Yeah.
Move behind me and Kaz.
A little stealth Shih Tzu.
Or you see a little rope with a grappling iron on it. Go up, hook up there. Little terrier going up it. Yes. So for those that don't know us or maybe new to the channel and that, I'm Mick, and this is my lovely wife Caroline, otherwise known as Kaz. Yeah, Mick. So I spent years of my life saying, no, my name's not Mick, it's Mike. And in the end, I give up. It's the British Army for you. Okay, it's going to be Mick. And yeah, came to accept it. And it just stuck as Mick. Sometimes you'll also hear people refer to me as Mitch. Last name's Mitchell. So also through my youth and early part of my life, that was my nickname. Everybody called me Mitch. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah, TJ, what is quite confusing is my best friend, my bestest best friend, who we know each other since we were kids. As her name's Karen, and her daughter is Katrina, who's on the live with us at the moment. Doris, that's what we call our sat nav.
Yeah, sat nav's Doris.
Yeah, Doris. So behave yourself. Calm down.
Yeah, everybody's got to have a Doris. Could be the ghost moving. Could be. It's more likely to be Willow. The covert. What do you call him? Covert Shih Tzu.
Yes, yeah. It could be the ghost. He said.
Could be the ghost. Could be the ghost.
Also, I found Resusci Dave in our room, and someone was trying to rip the non-stuffing out of it already.
They were, TJ, back in the day. They were all Dorises.
Yeah, covert Wookie.
Yeah, I can remember that. That was part of my youth. Yeah.
He's still got his treats. He's got a few left.
Yeah, he's got a few left. He's got a few left. Hi, Katrina. Yes, you heard your name.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. I was just telling her.
Don't worry, Katrina. We've kept the secret. Nobody knows.
I was just telling TJ that your mum's name's Karen and she's my best friend. Willow, the bushcraft ninja Wookie. Yeah, he is the way. Especially the way he was attacking sticks at the camp.
What you don't realise, he's actually a covert canine. Yeah. You all think he's a Shih Tzu. He's actually the biggest melon wine you've ever seen, but they're really clever dogs, and the camouflage skills are awesome.
Yeah, and his tail is not really a tail; it's a rucksack. It's a covert rucksack to look like a tail.
It's a receiver.
Yeah. drugstore.
That's-
No.
Between me and you, sweetheart. Between me and you. We'll keep the secret. That's going to have a rather off-going potty. What's the secret? What's the secret?
What do you call the bit on the floor with a bow drill?
What do you call the bit on the floor of the
It's-
bow drill? The hearth.
The hearth, that's it.
Yeah, that's the hearth. Basically, think of a fireplace.
You're not
It's
bored
like
already, Timmy, are you?
the
God,
hearth of
dear.
a fireplace. Yeah, that's it. Poor old Sticks. Did that cause you to have a moment?
Yeah,
It's like poor old Owen at the moment. I should think his muscles
as I said
and
to you
tendons must be cramped.
on Saturday, that all three of you need therapy. But all I could hear was,
Yeah.
It's really loud.
It was a WhatsApp. There's me, Life's a Hobby, and Sticks, and I've got my phone turned up because obviously I'm partially
I'm
deaf.
in there and I'm
And
going,
all three of us are bow drilling like lunatics, egging one another on. Come on, mate, you can do it, and trying to swap ideas. The poor old Gaz, she'd had a late night the night before, so she's in there trying to get some Zeds, and I didn't realise. And I think we were on the phone for 1 or 3-4 hours, wasn't it? All trying to sort of get one another through. You're going back out, mate.
Yeah.
Do it. You can do it, brother. You can do it. I've got you. Just when you get there, just imagine I'm stood behind you in the dark.
I was just surprised. One of your, someone's mentioned to you to use yucca. Get it from your neighbour's garden, but we don't get.
Yeah, but he's in Holland, so
Yeah, we
different
don't
climates, isn't it? It's one thing you're
Yeah,
not
we
going to
don't
find around here.
Yucca.
3
hours.
You will get it, Sticks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's north south. Losing conversations now. Where am I? Timmy. Bored, not bored. Yeah. So those of you that have not tried bow drill, don't. No, it's a pig. It is a pig. It's one of those things that if you've got, again, it comes to this. See, there's people keep saying to me, "You got to know it. You've got to know it," and I do agree. It's a skill worth learning. Okay. And then people say to me, "Yeah, and if you found yourself out in the middle of nowhere, it's something you can go to." And I disagree. And I do disagree. And I know it's going to cause a bit of a row, but this is my reasoning behind it. I live in the United Kingdom. It can be very wet. Now, unless I actually happen to have my disaster, find myself in the UK woodland at the peak of summer after a dry spell, which we haven't had this year, trying to find that perfectly dried piece of wood, or 2 pieces of wood, ideally one soft, one hard, take my bootlace off, prep the materials, go through all of it. It's going to be a pig. So then somebody said to me, "No, but you're an idiot because you'd carry the materials with you." Well, if I'm carrying a bow drill and a block and a bearing and timber, all that with me, why aren't I just carrying something like a flint and steel or a ferro rod or a cigarette lighter? Okay, and this is my tip. Now, I will say to you, this is the difference. If you're into bushcraft and you're into practicing primitive skills, you want to learn it. It is a great skill, and it's a fantastic sense of achievement when you do it. I can tell you, it will be a struggle, but when you do it, wow, great, absolutely fantastic. Okay.
Look forward to seeing that, TJ.
When you're going to the survival side of things, the art of survival is about being prepared, having that equipment around you. Like I say, it's like having my little mini ferro rod on there, and so on, so on, so on, because those are the things that are going to give you the edge. That's going to give you the edge of survival. And in survival, you are constantly striving and looking for the edge, because one of the key rules of survival is minimum amount of effort for maximum amount of effect. Save the calories, you're going to need them. Save the breath, you're going to need it. Save the energy, you want to keep that in store as much as you can. But from a bushcraft point of view, from learning bushcraft skills, do it. And I'm so pleased I did do it. And I've got to do it on the one night challenge. I've got to go out like before on the one night challenge, using a bow drill, and I'll give it my damnedest. But for me, it's not the go-to. And there are guys out there, and I have spoken to a couple of them, that it is their go-to. Brilliant for them. Absolutely. No, I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean fantastic.
Yeah, but some people can't use a flint.
Yeah, and there's
steel. They just cannot.
Yeah,
they just.
It's horses for courses. Yeah. Some people will get it. Some people don't.
I've seen some people move in the wrong. Yeah. Strike it the wrong way. Instead of go like that, they're.
Oh, the ferro rod.
Yeah.
And well. Again, it's about finding a technique that works for you and practice with it and practice with it and practice. Yeah, Kiwi, work smarter, not harder. Lighter and duct tape. Yeah, and everybody finds their own technique. And so again, whether you're I love doing flint and steel. Gives me great satisfaction. Bit of char cloth. I even get fun and pleasure out of making char cloths and char wood and all the rest of it. It's something to do in the camp by night. I've got that flint and steel at the bottom of my kit as a backup, making char cloth. That point in the evening, and I think we've all had it, where you sat in the camp going, shelters up, fire's lit, coffee's on, 3 hours before dark. What shall I do now? So
whittle a spoon.
Yeah, learning to do this, whittling a spoon, making char cloth, improving on your bed, that sort of thing. And it keeps that going because, it stops the boredom. Boredom is dangerous. Boredom leads you to doing silly things. Chemical, electrical fire starting, yeah, definitely brilliant methods. Difficulty in the UK, and there is a bit of a difficulty. I've come across a couple of times, chemical fire starting. Okay. There's only one I actually preach because it's so well known. There's 3 or 4 others that I'm not going to discuss on the channel because I don't want to go down the hexamine route. There's a fine line between what is acceptable and what isn't. And the last thing I want to do is get myself into trouble or have somebody's kids who've watched the video go out and do something and end up quite badly burned because, again, any chemical fire is a thermo reaction, and they're going to, in a lot of cases, they can be very powerful and they can be very much a runaway. So anything to do with powdered iron filings, aluminiums, metals, they're great methods.
It takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? And like Benny just said, you've got your low ebb and your low energy morale is down. You don't want to spend time doing.
No. That's it. In a survival situation, if you're feeling run down, knackered, or that's the other thing, in a survival situation, do you have an injury? Let's face it, the 2 injuries you're most likely to have that are in a survival situation are going to be lower limb and upper limb injuries because them things tend to wave around. So if you're falling, crashing, getting hit by something, you tend to knock it. So it tends to be either an arm goes, a wrist goes, the hand goes, knees, legs, so on. So that makes it really difficult to stand on the board. And as I discovered this weekend, trying to do a bow drill without standing on the board just ends up with your hearth spinning round. Okay. I thought I'd be clever. I thought, that'll work if I use a slightly less pressure. Yeah, I made a helicopter. It was so again, it's fine what works for you, and that's why I won't knock anybody else's method. You can show me any method you want. I'm not going to knock it if it works for you, including bow drill. If you're one of those lucky people, some gentleman got back to me and said I can guarantee to make an ember with the bow drill in 10 seconds. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I do, Timmy. I've got a little grab bag that goes on my mobility scooter, and I've got a tourniquet in there.
Kitten, spot on there. Yeah. AA batteries, P9 batteries are another good one as well. The old PP9s, I don't know if anybody remembers them, the old square ones. Yeah, brilliant fire lighting aid. Never touch. You see one of those around, touch it on your tongue. If it tingles, put it in the kit. Don't lose it.
Benny, you can't wait to get it out and film it.
Oh, Benny, awesome, mate. It's yeah, Lee Michael. That's another good point.
Good evening, Martin.
We've evolved beyond certain methods for a reason, because we found easier methods. But again, having those primitive skills, even if you never went to it, now I wouldn't say I've perfected it, but now I've done it a few times. It's nice. I've got it in there. It's like I said on the video. If I suddenly found myself washed up on a desert island and all my kit is gone, okay, all right, I'm going to have to make twine and things like that from natural fibre. But I pretty much reckon within 48 hours, with a lot of effort, probably a lot of cursing and a hell of a lot of swearing, and probably a few sticks thrown around, I'm going to get a fire going using that method.
It's got to give you your camp card, and everyone who turned up got key ring fob that says, so did you die?
I've got a little something for you, Martin, which I gave to everybody that comes to the camp. And I'm sorry I didn't catch up with you in the morning. I thought by the time I shot up there, you'd already gone. Hopefully you had a fantastic evening, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed yourself. It was brilliant to catch up. I'm not going to waffle on too much about it on here, because me and you get together, we got so much to natter about. But yeah, we will get together soon. We will go and have a traipse around our old haunts and catch up properly. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Dog Dad, hiya, mate. Yeah. So, and again, Dog Dad is spot on right there. Carries trauma badges. He doesn't carry a tourniquet because he doesn't work near tools and equipment that liable to cause those injuries. So again, although I may preach one thing, be practical about your kit. Look at your kit. Don't. I've just taken to saying it quite a bit just lately. Just because one person, i.e., me, says that's how I do it, doesn't mean that is the way to do it. You've got to find your own technique. But all I'm trying to do is share my tips, my ideas of what works for me. Have a look at other people, because there are some brilliant tubers out there. You've got Sticks, you've got Benny, you've got Derek, you've got all the guys on here, Ray, everything. Go and look at other people's, and even guys that aren't within our community. Go and have a look at their stuff and see what you can pick up from there. And find what works for you, because it does. It varies so much from environment. Virginia Bushcrafter, I was watching one of his videos today. Absolutely fantastic. He's the subjects he was covering in knives and that talks a lot of sense. Yeah, he really he knows his stuff. So
yeah, TJ, I know you feel. It's understandable with your medical issues you got. I couldn't do a bow drill because my arthritis in my hands are just
Well, I got an appointment to get my lungs checked again. Because I mean, you probably heard on the video, I was wheezing like an old steam train. So, and again, that was one of the issues for me. I was actually running out of puff.
That's true. That's true. You're going to come across a casualty that you might be safe with implements you use, but someone might not be, and you never know. As you
this week, in one day, 2 casualties in one day. Okay, and I didn't create either of them. So it was I basically ended up going to the aid of a chap that collapsed on a bus. I went to the chemist's, and the young lass from the chemist's on the phone, and as I go to walk through the door, I heard her say the guys collapsed on the bus. Well, I'd seen the bus with its hazards on when I pulled up into the parking bay just in front of it. So I said to her, is there a first aider on there? She said, I don't know. So shot down, got on there. Lovely gentleman. I'm not going to go into details of what was wrong, but he had collapsed. And all I had to do was start taking information, try and stabilise him, make sure he was breathing, make sure he was conscious, and that, get his details. So that paramedics, when they arrived, within a few minutes, I was able to pass those straight on to him just in case he had lost consciousness. And lo and behold, got my meds from the chemist, put it all in there, went off to Morrison's. No problem. Get me shopping around Morrison's, get to the till, put stuff on the till. There's actually a woman and a daughter, and I'd say daughter was late teens, in the queuing in front of me, and the daughter. And again, it's one of those things, you observe things in this life. So I looked at her, and she was grey, sweating like a good one. And I sort of looked at her, oh, she's not well. She did the old, I'll back up a little bit. She coughs on me, I'm going to scream. And she said, and then she sort of held her tummy and she went, oh. And I said, are you all right? And she went, yeah, I'm okay, I think I've got flu. And I looked at the colour and that, and I said, well, how do you feel? She said, aches, pains, and it's come on really quick, and I really, really feel ill. And her mum looked over and she gave me the clue. Now, it's a subject I know some people are a bit sensitive about. If you are, I apologise, but this is something worth knowing. The mother looked over me and said, don't worry about it, she's having a period. And I looked back at the girl and I said, I'm a bit of medical training. Let me just ask you one question. I said, when did you last change? And she went, I think this morning. Now, this was mid-afternoon. And I just looked at the mother and I went, she needs to go to hospital. She needs to go now. And when you get to casualty, I want you to take her in. And the first thing I want you to say to the triage nurse is you think it's toxic shock syndrome.
Okay? IFU crew.
This kills a lot of women every year. Okay. Look out for yourselves. See the details. It's worth knowing about.
Very true, TJ.
And that they left. They went from there, and hopefully they took to the hospital. Hopefully she's fine. But again, that's just years and years of training, knowledge, picking things up, learning. It all goes into the store up there. You come across something, the little memory bank, the right drawer opens, the right questions are asked. Ping, there's an answer. I could have been very wrong. It might well be influenza. If it's influenza, they'll find out at the hospital, they'll give her paracetamol and Lemsip. It could be some other form of blood poisoning or illness that she's picked up, but it'll get checked. Looking at her condition, that's where she needed to be. So again,
FU crew in the house.
FU crew. Hi guys. Hope weather's all good where you are. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Got three guys in the States in a row. Woo!
Yeah, right. Yeah, they used to say, yeah, we're going to milk that cow rather than, a lot of countries, they milk goats and sheep and camels.
It's because we're mammals.
But why don't they go, oh, look at that badger, let's go milk the badger?
They do. Use very, very good gloves. It's like milking bees. No, right, so we're mammalian. So in the mammal creatures, what's the first thing a human baby does for food? Okay. And basically, it was just an equation of Guy putting 2 and 2 together. Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, what? It was saying about mouldy cheese, mouldy milk. You get cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Accidental. Like the creation of penicillin or the discovery of penicillin. Mouldy cheese and bread. You know, it was an accidental discovery. Funny enough, a scientist takes it a step further, but it was known about for thousands of years that if you allowed bread and cheese,
they get angry, and then one tigress uses a picture of them on their equipment.
Yeah.
Muffin the God dear. Here we go.
Kiwis ironing.
It's getting milk.
Never milk a beaver; they get very angry. Angry beavers.
That's what I said. One tigress use it for their.
So I think Sticks are probably going to having to go over to DD hammocks and tarps, because I think if I order anything for one tigress now, they're probably going to send me something that's poison, toxic, or covered in itching powder. Oh, shut you up, you swine. Yeah. Soured milk is something quite common, and in the old days, it was something we had regularly.
John, it slid in there. Not an hour's gone, and it's the psychological stuff is slipping in.
Yeah, soured milk is something that's in most people's diets. We've gone off it in the last few years in the UK, purely and simple. Or last few years, in the last 30 years, purely simply because we can get fresh all the time. But soured milk. Soured cream.
Good evening, Ray. How are you enjoying your holiday?
Hi, Ray. I hope you're having a great time. Not much signal up here. Yeah.
Sticks, you don't beat a swinging beaver, do you?
Sticks is beating badgers, beating his beaver again.
Yeah.
Yeah, yawning, lifting eyebrows as well. Good spot on there, Derek. So another thing, if you're ever in a situation you're dealing with somebody, if they start to lift their eyebrows, this is a primate threat posture.
You do that to a monkey, they go mad.
Yeah, and I've proved it to people in zoos before now. Go and have a look at the monkeys in the zoo and do that. Or they go ballistic because it's a threat posture. It's and again, because primate threat posture, it's something in our genes goes way back, but it's opening the eyes, letting more light in. It's getting ready to attack or defend. Okay, so that's where it comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, Ray, we're enjoying your vids.
Yes, right.
The kelpies.
Yeah,
they were fantastic.
Yeah.
I think I've seen
sourdough.
one when we've gone up to Scotland, but yeah.
I love the way you put that as well, Lee. If you have teeth, don't show them. Yeah, again, that comes back to mammalian thing, showing teeth, baring the teeth, preparing to be ferocious. And I said, you watch two guys squaring off against one another, they puff themselves up, they make themselves as big as they can before they go. Mushrooms, mate. Use mushrooms and a couple of other naturally occurring herbs like brum and that. Well, I won't mention that comment.
Mushrooms,
yeah, mushrooms, mushrooms, and
we didn't have a peyote, did we?
No, peyote doesn't.
And licking toads.
Well, yeah, not so much.
Toad licking.
Yeah, get warts on your tongue. But yeah, so I'm not going to go into it in detail. No. But yeah, Derek, you know where I'm going with that. And we're not talking about the little psychobilin either. The whole thing of the mushroom in the fairy tale books, that's where that all comes from. It comes from ancient druidic, shamanic, and wise woman lore. But I will say, not something to attempt yourself. You're liable to kill yourself.
Open. Oh, nice. And my sister's off to France this weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah, King's prepping as well. Got nothing he's prepping for. Moving on to Oban. Oh, lovely. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, Ray, really quite envious, being up there.
I saw a picture yesterday of Spenny Bridge, the Marine Commando things. Yeah, it was surrounded by snow. It was just completely white.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. And again,
we got snow in June.
Snow in June up in Scotland. I know Max often said to me that he can remember as a boy up in Crieff having snow April, May, June.
Yeah.
Just the odd, showers, especially on the higher ground. But yeah, it's quite crazy. The weather this year in the UK is, it's not right. It is not right. I'm not going to get into any conspiracies or anything like that, but blimey, it's wet. The only thing I will say is the last time we experienced a summer like this was after the big, not the recent one, but the last big Icelandic volcanic eruption. I don't know if everybody can remember it, the one that grounded all the flights in the Northern Hemisphere. It was after that one, the following summer after that, or 6 months after that. I remember working outdoors every day on ranges and facilities, and it was just like, where has the summer gone? And I put it down to the amount of, they say it's down to the dust in the atmosphere.
TJ, she'd move out there.
Scientist.
She loves France. Yeah.
If it says it's beaver, must believe it's a beaver, even if it's a pie. If we're getting naughty there, guys. Can you go for it, though?
I've had whale in Norway.
That was, right, the one from the paratrooper that I shared. So that is Tom, Prepared Pathfinder. Got his own channel. Right. I'm not going to say too much other than the guy gets a lot of respect from me, hell of a lot of respect. He's got a brilliant channel, absolutely fantastic. Gets to do some things that I would love to have a go at. Yeah, but get over there, show him some support. It's a prepared Pathfinder. He was a Pathfinder himself. He now does a lot with the Army Cadets. He's retired, and he does a lot, obviously, for the charities as well as running his own survival school. So if you enjoyed that video, dive over and have a look at him. Show him some support. He's absolutely brilliant guy. Yeah, I'd like to get him on the channel one day and actually have a chat to him. Because I bet he's got some stories to tell.
Oh, Mac, yeah.
Yeah. No Mac yet.
We're watching
Hopefully
the old boy. He parachuted in, didn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously tandem.
Yeah.
But obviously being elderly, he couldn't get his feet up high enough. So when they landed, his sort of feet went down. He ended up on his knees and on his face.
Did anybody see the old boy get married over in the D-Day commemoration? 100 years old, marrying his beloved of 94.
Oh,
I was like, yeah. Oh, bless him. It was, yeah. And of course, we got the issue of the ferry strikes. So all those quite senior gentlemen, ladies that had made it to Normandy to honour their friends and so on, and they all got out there all right. But as soon as they want to come back, the ferries went on strike. That made me a little bit angry. That fired me up. That almost made me as angry as our Prime Minister get off early. And that right, mate. So done himself there for me completely. Didn't have a lot of time for him in the first place, but now he shot himself in the foot. He has no support or friendship from Mickey. Yeah, so there you go. You can't spend time a little bit of time for the veterans, then you don't spend time with me. Simple as. Yeah, if you agree, saw it. It was absolutely wonderful. It was, and I love those sort of things. I just, it's joy, isn't it? It's a simple thing of joy. Sometimes in this life, we're surrounded by darkness and misery and pain and suffering and everything else, and all you crave, all you want is that little life donut, that little bit of sweetness and joy that just makes you go, do you know what? It's worth getting up every morning.
I think we're quite happy with the system we've got. 20 hours free a month is not a lot for him, especially as you get some 3-hour Zooms with Chris and that.
Right, I've used StreamYard myself, mate. I used it a while back. The problem for me with StreamYard is on the editing side for me, from what I'm doing with the cameras and the gear I'm using. There's something coming up, but I'm leaving that in Kiwi's hands. He knows what he's doing. He knows what the plan is. That's all to come in the future.
Too true.
Yeah.
TJ, it's lest we forget exactly.
Yes, lest we forget. Yeah, always. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's the 80th anniversary this year.
Of course, we lost on the memorial flight, didn't we?
We lost one of the Spitfires this week.
Yeah.
So it's 80 years on. Some of these guys were in their 20s. They're rolling on towards 100 years.
No, I'm not interested.
There is a point in life where there's a point in time where things go from memory. Something my grandfather taught me, it goes from memory to history. And that's when the last of the people that actually remember it firsthand, that were there at the time, they're gone, like we have with the First World War. And then it goes to history. And the thing is with history history is very easy for the powers that be and the authorities to go, well, there's nobody left anymore. Do we need to keep celebrating? Do we need to keep paying the money? Do we need to? Oh, and could we stop that being a public holiday? You know, because at the end of the day, that's another 12 hours of work we can get out of people. It's very easy for it to disappear. It's actually down to us, the ordinary common man, to just turn around and go, no, it's history. That was my grandfather. That was my great-great-grandfather. That was my great-great-grandfather. And by golly, I intend to remember their sacrifice and pass their story on to my children, grandchildren, so forth and so forth and so forth.
I can't remember how old that gentleman was that parachuted in, but the French, when he was French, I suppose like a mayor, to where he landed, was hugging him and
the kids.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, you know, you'll be back next year, won't you?" He's starting to get on. He's getting a bit too full of himself. He's going to go at everyone now.
Yeah. Right, so I've got some bits and pieces here. I'm only going to go through one of them. Right, so that there was my grandfather's war record. Okay. So
TJ.
That was his war record. I'm just going to...
Yeah, it keeps happening to me too, Benny. I keep looking at the chat and the chat's gone.
Yeah, so Ronald James Knight, service number JX263323, service movements. So he joined the Navy on 25th of March 1941, and he finished his basic training on the 2nd of June 1941 and was posted to HMS Victory 1. And he was there from 3rd of June 41 right the way through to 19th of June 41. So I take that was just a deployment vessel or ship. And then he served from 22nd of June onwards, and he went all sorts of training depots and that until he joined on the 1st of July 1943. He joined, no, he didn't. They lent to Nemo, 9th of July, 26th of July 42. Louisburg, 27th of July to 16th of August. Now, this is an interesting one. It just says brackets, sea lines, 17th of August to the 23rd of August, brackets, Dieppe. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. And then there's lots of different movements after that. Being lent, I keep saying lent to sea lines. I think it was down in Dartmouth in March 1943. And then he went to HMS Copra from the 1st of July 1943 to the end of his service. And he's basically all the way through that, it just has him as RNC. Now,
yeah, right. A lot of people lied about their age, didn't they? To go.
So what I know about his history was he became Chief Petty Officer, and he operated Higgins craft, which were a form of raiding boat stroke landing craft, and did a lot of his work with commandos. So he was based in Brightlingsea in, I think it's Essex, and they used to operate raids into the North French coast, Dutch coast, and even as far away as Norway, from what I gather. But that's his history. And again, when you look through the service record, there's a lot there I don't understand and all the rest of it. But yeah. big gun loader. A bit difficult. Yeah. So yeah. So it's about honouring, isn't it? It's about remembering. It's don't let that. Don't
My
let the,
grandfather was a driver boy in the First World War.
yeah.
Yeah,
And their stories need to be remembered.
Corps
Need to be
Signals.
told.
He was.
So it's again, when it passes into history, don't let that history be milked, destroyed by political ambition, wokeism, or whatever. Because at the end of the day, it is history. It's what made us, our nations, what they are today. Whether you like it or dislike it, it's still a history, and it's still somebody's grandfather, or they were somebody's son.
My grandfather, he would never ever talk about it.
No, my grandfather's
I only found out because before he passed away, he wrote on a piece of paper about where he was born, who his mum and dad were. He had two brothers who died as prisoners of war of the Japanese, and where he served and all that. It's so we didn't know anything really about it until
my grandfather would not have Winston Churchill mentioned in the house. As Brits, we're always talking about good old Winston Churchill. My grandfather wouldn't have his name mentioned. The spit bullets, called him a murderer, and that was. I only learned as an adult that goes back to that one particular raid he was on, Dieppe, and I didn't understand it till I did my research. And again, I'll just leave that for you guys to do your research. But my grandfather just hated all politicians after that, because he said right from the beginning that raid was doomed to fail. Okay, and it was an amazing story of heroism on behalf of the Canadian men that were involved, and also a story of absolute horror. It was done for a reason. And that reason was decided by politicians who then had to carry the weight of that on the shoulders. But somebody like my grandfather, who was just a young man operating that landing craft, it was a terrible, terrible experience. And he never, ever forgave Winston Churchill or any politician for that. He hated them. Yeah.
Yeah. Political stuff.
I'm not quite sure about that comment there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Delete
what
that
I'm going to do there. It's So history is a very, very difficult thing to yeah. So look, what I'm going to say now, and I don't wish to offend or upset anybody. There are. Everybody's got their own political views. Everybody's got their own idea of history. People are very easily offended. I've just told my grandfather's story and explained that he hated Winston Churchill. It's very easy for people to get quite hot under the collar over certain things. So we will. Don't anybody please take offence if something gets redacted or removed from the chat or the channel at any point. It's not a case that we don't like you or don't like the comment. It's just that we've always got to be aware of that comment can also cause a bounce back from people with very different opinions. And one of the things we try and do with this channel is I try and stay neutral. I'm not neutral, but I bear in mind that my channel has to remain neutral. Otherwise, I'm just going to go down a road. I don't want to end up as.
Everyone has an opinion, but this is not the place to.
Yeah,
air opinions.
When we're all together around the campfire, shall we say? Sticks found out, and my mate Yarps round the campfire.
We're not
different
monetized anyway, so Dog Dad, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So we just have to be careful. Yeah, it's they can, Dog Dad, and again it can cause a bit of grief, but we try and avoid religion and politics. Yeah, we try and stay off that.
And axes.
Yeah,
The-
and axes.
the-
Stealth.
stealth.
Stealth. How are you doing? That's a point. Stealth. How is he doing? Yeah. Avoid religion and politics. Yeah, we try and do that. Unfortunately, in this world today, we always end up tipping on the edge of it, and I normally pull myself or try and pull myself back from it. Occasionally, I get really bloody angry and at politicians, but I try not to bring it to the channel because we're not. That's not what we're about. Okay, we're better than them. Okay, we are doing what we do.
Yeah, I like cheese too.
Good, good. Glad to hear that stuff. Glad to hear that, mate. Now, it's can you still get your leg over the saddle? That's the important thing. Right? Can you still mount your beast? Because the weather's supposed to be getting better, and those Welsh roads, yeah, are going to be great fun.
Okay, Katrina. No, night, lovely.
Katrina, take care, my lovely.
Right then, Benny. But do you like mild cheese, or has it got to be strong that it burns your tongue?
Yeah, how strong do you like your cheese? What cheese
I know
do
to
you
the
like?
point of having mild cheddar. What is the point of it?
Yeah.
You might as well just eat fresh air.
Sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Stone crackler.
Sticks.
That's nice.
When are you gonna do your underquilt, mate? Yeah, you're gonna love that. That makes a difference.
Benny.
Timmy likes strength 6 cheddar. Good man.
It's not.
What's that? Benny.
Down.
Bell cheese. Yeah, I agree with you.
Did you die? Yeah.
It's cheese. Cheese should be strong, and you can improve the strength of cheese with the addition of English mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and things like that. You need to know it's there. I had a bacon and cheese toasty yesterday. Oh, suits you. Made in the air fryer. It was good. And even though for the last week and a half I've been suffering from major heartburn.
So Nikki said that. Nikki.
Every single day. I think they meant Baby Bell. I hope they meant Baby Bell. Maybe sorry, folks. I must point out that I'm quite sweet and innocent, and I some of this crudiology. Have I just invented a word? Have I just made a word? Tell me, folks.
Right, Yachts wants to know: could a Wooby make a good underquilt for a hammock?
Yes, it's right.
Good evening, the Tommy.
I've done a little bit of research. Dun, 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 dun. It wasn't. I had a really close look at it. So, Wooby, I was trying to figure out why it's so bloody warm, yet it's so thin and light. Until once I started having a real close look at the fibres of the actual material it's made out of, it's reflective. I hadn't noticed it. It's quite clever. It's in the camouflage, but it is reflective. Let me grab it out. Steady on.
Ray's gonna give the bow drill a try when he gets back.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you'll see it in this light, but it's actually reflective.
Yeah.
It's got a shine to it.
Shiny.
And I'm bloody sure that
Yes.
that is what helps. Was one of the things that makes this so efficient for reflecting heat or being so warm, because it's a bloody good bit of kit. Oh, John, thank you so much. I am a Wooby fan. I love this thing.
Tommy, they on the camp last weekend, they all had hammocks, so they're all swinging in the breeze.
There was a lot of beavers hanging from the trees.
Angry ones at that.
There were men climbing into their beavers, staggering from the fire back to the beaver.
Derek's got 11 now. That's serious. You need some therapy on that one.
Derek, I'll tell you what. I think you might find if you chat to Sticks and a couple of other guys on here, if you decide to put maybe one or two up on eBay and let them know on here, I think there's going to be a couple of the guys who are possibly interested in getting themselves a Wooby.
Yeah.
Because it's not a bit of kit we can readily find
No.
here in the UK. And I am absolutely in love with mine.
Well, Mick did actually wake up to, is it 6 o'clock in the morning, to someone stretching his boxer shorts, Chris? Tommy was saying this, I'm sure there were some cheeks as well.
Chris is like a robot. He is like a robot. He's like, we crash out and go. Well, me and Yacht's been slightly older blokes when we got in our hammocks and that was it. Z time. It's like Sticks, like 3 minutes sleep, he's back up again, right? And he sneaks off and makes things. He makes things. All I shall say to my mate Sticks is the tripod is still standing.
Yeah, your tripod that you made, Sticks, actually, I took some photographs at the camp. Well, I passed them on to Gareth, because he wanted something to put up on his website for the 4x4. So your handiwork.
When I was up there this week, one of the 4x4 customers actually looked at it and he looked at me and he went, "What's that?" I went, "It's a tripod." And he went, "Ah." Sort of thing I like, TJ.
Stretching like a tripod. It's like War of the Worlds.
Yeah, stretching. It's quite unnerving.
Yeah.
When you sort of open one eye in that low light, the early dawn.
Of course,
just before the sun's cracked, and it's they say it's always darkest before the dawn. And you sort of open up one eye and look towards the fire just to make sure that everything's all cool, and all you can see is the silhouette of a man stood there with his back to you, like that in the woods. And I sort of went, "What the fuck is that?" There's somebody stood doing a star in the woods. Oh, and I just went, "I'll go find out." "Is that you, Sticks?" He went, "Yeah. You want a coffee?" I was like, "Go for that." "Man, up for a coffee." Then, after being up for 10 minutes, you sort of look at your phone and you go, "I was an hour and a half sleep."
And of course, you cut the logs with a saw. No chainsaw was operated by any chef.
No, that's one of the rules. You come up to my woods, there is no bushcrafters, no preppers, no survivalists with a chainsaw. The chef has a chainsaw, and a Sticks will say to you, "Don't get between the chef and his chainsaw." Makes Jason sound like a Swedish chef, doesn't it? "I'm just making stew." "Bring that carcass over here. I'll show you how to chop it up quick."
Chef sees that, yeah.
Yeah, I think Sticks was actually trying to lure beavers in. I think that was he was being a one-man beaver attractor.
Yes, Benny, the conversation sort of completely changed when I was there. There was no mention of these swinging beavers, angry beavers. And it
all went very polite.
Yeah, it did. The minute I turn me back, it's Beaver Fest.
Yeah. Oh no, Benny, I tell you, it's nobody gets between the chef and his chainsaw. It's Sticks and the arms. I tell you, I wasn't there. I went away. I left.
Yeah, it was Kaz up,
and they were there with their folding saws cutting wood. Jace turned up, and I came back, and the pile of wood that we had was huge. I came back and it was gone. It was all stacked up and nice legs. And Jason's chainsaw sat there, and I was like, "Nah, Jason's got his chainsaw out. Not a man to be messed with." Sticks, it was Sharp's fault. It was a good weekend. It was a stunning weekend. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And as you see up on there, nothing's set yet, but I'm wondering about doing one in August. I'm trying to look at dates
Exactly.
and that at the moment. Just a simple overnighter in August. I think on possibly a Saturday night. If you guys would be interested. It's probably going to be late August, possibly beginning of September. Do excuse me. In fact, it might even be. I've got to look at it. I've got to see what's available woods wise and that. Might even be the bank holiday weekend, but we just
because we got
do the Saturday
your
night.
birthday's the 22nd of August, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our wedding anniversary is the 29th of August.
Yeah.
So it might be.
Yeah. So we got to have a look and see what's been planned on that if people are interested.
Too right, TJ. You got to teach them, haven't you?
Yeah, you have to teach them. My favourite one, TJ. And if there's anybody out there that's still serving, don't do this to recruits because they get really upset about it. But you can turn a recruit into a Smurf. Okay. So what you do is you take one Portaloo, one Thunder Flash, wait for a recruit to enter said Portaloo, take the top of the cap off the vent for the Portaloo, strike it, count to 3, let it go, right, and wait for the Smurf to come out. It's quite incredible how blue you can make somebody with a Thunder Flash and a Portaloo. They stink to high heaven for a few days afterwards, but it's great fun. Excellent, Dog Dad. Yeah, been a pleasure to have you along, mate. Pleasure to have you along. TJ,
cling film on the bottom. I've never done that. I've always wanted to. Or cling film.
Don't give her ideas, please. That's Mrs. Practical Joke there. That is Mrs. If she can catch me, she will catch me. Yeah, the only reason I mentioned Thunder Flashes. Yeah, it's like. So, anybody comes to the camp, we got a Portaloo.
Yeah.
Prepare to duck and run. Yeah, and off go with a bang.
Vaseline on the seat.
Oh. Stink bombs under the rim. Yeah. Yeah.
So a crow scarers thrown into the toilets.
Yeah, crow scarers into toilets.
Rolled in when people got on skate.
Rolled under the door. Yeah.
Yes, we do, Benny. Yes, we do.
Yes, I'd love to have you there, Benny. I'd love to have you there, mate. I really would. It was such a laid back laugh joke. You know, there was we all just basically got around the campfire in the evening and that had a laugh, and we laughed at everything. You know.
Yeah, on the Saturday, Willow was mugging everybody.
Yeah, nothing serious. It's just literally you come to one of my camps. There's no theme. There's no role. There's no stand to. There's no requirement of wearing cam cream unless you really want to.
Benny's a trickster as well.
Oh no, another one. Oh. Pranks, yeah, I'm all for pranks. I'm all for a laugh and a joke. Excellent, Kiwi. Oh no. I was asked to help with riot training one day. We had military. We had the Fibula, which is a fighting in built-up as areas complex on the training area. So you got all the buildings and that. They're dummy town basically, and they're doing riot training in there. And it's two. At the time, they were called territorial reserve units. So 2 territorial reserve units doing this in there. And I got on very, very well with a couple of instructors from one of the units. And he said to me, he said, "Oh, Mick," he said, "I'm having trouble." He said, "What we're doing is one lot are playing the enemy or the rioters, one lot are doing the shield work. And the problem is, the lot that are doing the rioters, just, they're all being a bit polite and friendly, because what we used to do, we used to get in potatoes, and they would use potatoes in the place of stones and all the rest of it. There'd be a couple of senior instructors with petrol bombs, and these would go down in the right places, and it was all controlled, very sensible." He said, "Well, I just can't get them to fire up."
If it is the bank holiday weekend, Sticks, it will be 2 nights, won't it?
Yeah, it will be 2 nights. He said, "I'm just having trouble getting them to fire up." He said, "It's a pain in the arse." And I said, "Well, I'll come up and I'll have a go." And he went, "Really?" And I went, yeah, go on, I'll have a go.
I'll wake you up.
So I turned up, and I sort of turned around to all this lot. We've done a couple of charges, and I'm starting to get them sort of bonded, fired up, going for it and that. And I've got a couple of the guys there, and I'm like, "We'll have a laugh in a second. What we do, we're going to do a charge, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to step back in. I'm going to take all my clothes off, so I'm stark naked." Right, about 36 inches, a little bit fitter and a little bit less scary, I suppose. I'm going to get naked, and then what we do, we're going to charge forward, but I want all you lot to cover me, and then right at the last minute, I want you to just open up in the centre, and I'm just going to come through like a one-man naked berserker straight into the shield wall, and we'll see if that will take the shield wall down, because it was holding quite well. And I'm like, yeah, great plan, Mick. So. Anyhow, what I hadn't realised is the shield wall dropped back about 50 metres. So as my lot went forward, I can't see the shield wall. They all open up, and I come charging through stark naked. And as I look up, the shield wall's about 40 metres away. And by the time I got to it, rather than throwing myself at the shield wall, stark naked and crashing through it, I sort of grabbed the top of the shield wall. Oh, there.
No, but bloody empty your trenches quick. TJ was saying that in Germany they had wild boar come through their trenches.
Yeah, Mac's got some great stories about wild boar in Germany and that. Yeah, bloody things. Yeah, yeah, it was that was one of, you sort of come, because you're looking. You look up and go, "Oh, bloody hell," and you're going as fast as you can. You've already been sprinting for sort of like last 30, 40 metres, and now you've got another 40 metres to go at full sprint, and you're trying to keep it going, and I literally got the shield went. Yeah.
They were medically discharged, John.
They're still in therapy. Sorry, when I got back, got close up, what the fuck was that? I said, well, there we go. So you know now how to defeat a Viking berserker. Just move your shield wall back 50 metres. It knackers them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's spooned. Spoon.
Okay. A long handle spoon.
Technical term, spoon. Yeah, there we go. Anybody that's using ration packs or
Seed to Summit.
Seed to Summit. Nice long handled spoon. It's got plastic.
It's got a dude on
Amazon, couple of quid. Got a nice big hole there. Absolutely fine for buttoning up, stringing up, and all the rest of it. Good sturdy spoon. Does you proud. And the nice thing is it's plastic. Why do I like a plastic spoon over a titanium one? Spot quiz. Oh, we were going to do a quiz, were we?
No, I had a chance of doing it.
Okay, don't.
Be great for
spot quiz. Why does Mickey prefer a plastic spoon over a titanium one? See if anybody can answer that. It's quite logical, quite sensible. I have had titanium spoons, but I definitely prefer this plastic one. Not that it burns. Not that it burns. You could set fire to it, I suppose, and you could use it as a fire lighting aid, but kept as a spoon, it's got one absolute brilliant thing over a titanium spoon. I'll give it about another 10 seconds and I'll give you the answer. It's quite simple. Floats. Okay. For anybody that's ever
It's a floater.
anybody that's ever lent over, yeah, titanium ones can also be hard to take. But anybody that's ever dropped their titanium spoon into fast flowing water, it's gone. It's a plastic one. Drop it into the water, it floats. Okay, so yeah, that's the reason I like them.
But if you had a cord on it, you wouldn't worry about dropping it and floating.
No, you shouldn't have to worry about that, but it happens. And the other thing is, being plastic, it's actually bloody good for launching peas.
No, mashed potato.
Mashed potato.
Yeah, because it sticks and it's warm.
See, she's the brains of the bunch. But yeah, that's why I prefer plastic.
You would go and hit by it.
And again, the titanium ones can be quite expensive, and they tend to.
And if you lose them, you'd be gutted. Whereas a plastic one,
if you do manage to bend it, it's a pain in the arse. The other thing I found with titanium ones, titanium is really good with heat. Okay, now it does cool fast. However, there is that moment where you put it in your mouth and you burn your mouth, or you stirred your coffee.
Good evening, Owen.
Put the spoon in your mouth and you burn your mouth. A plastic spoon won't do that to you. And even better still, a wooden spoon.
That's what you can do. You get water near you, you can have a spoon chase.
Yeah, and I'm quite good with spoons.
Bit like playing poo sticks, but chase the spoon.
Sticks.
Yeah, food fight in the woods. Yeah.
Sticks. Next time you're up, mate. Yeah. See, I've got my racer there, but I've also Kaz has got you one of these.
Yeah, look, it's like a ladle, but it's wood, and it's good for
bloody good for soup. Yes. And it also could be used as a musical instrument.
What a hide your modesty.
Or if you're bushcrafting, you get a very fine cord or two and string it across there. Got a little tiny banjo. Okay. And we all know, if you're in the woods, the musical instrument that you really want to hear playing in the distance is a banjo. Ding, 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 ding. So, yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. And again, these, where did you get these, Cass?
Temu.
Little wooden racing spoon.
The little spoon you use, your little wooden spoon.
Yeah, the little tiny ones there. These are absolutely great. Absolutely brilliant little spoons. Quite cheap.
And they're very
easy to find.
They're really lightweight as well.
Yeah.
Really. I think they're made, it's bamboo.
Yeah. And of course, if you really wanted to play the con, what you do is you sand all the varnish, you sand all the treatment off, get your bushcraft knife, scrape a couple of flats into it and that. And then when people come around the camp, you say,
I don't know, I should try.
Look what I've just made.
Ow. No, it didn't.
Doesn't knock sense into me.
TJ said that.
Yeah, no, it will not knock sense into me.
So you know.
I know that one.
Owen's in.
Owen, my brother, how's the cramp?
That's who.
I've got to ask him because I.
No, what TV's just done? Baby back ribs. Kiwi.
Oh, kiwi.
Shit.
Go with that. Yeah, I don't know about Sticks and Owen, but yeah, I'm feeling it. I am feeling it in the bicep and the elbow. It's been a long weekend of bow sawing. Oh, Derek, eating buckwheat oat pancakes, scrambled eggs, and baby back ribs.
We had roast pork, but we didn't have any potatoes, so we had to have hash browns instead. But it's real nice.
Yeah, Lee, you're right. I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision.
It had teeth.
Fought back. I don't want to leave.
That's it, TJ.
TJ, more than welcome. Right, so
everyone is really nice on the
guys,
channel.
you're all going to see a bit more, hear a bit more of TJ over the next few months. There is something in the offing. I'm not going to say what. I'm not going to give any information out until it's going to be occurring. But yeah, there is something in the offering, and I'm hoping the community can help and share knowledge, information, ideas, tips, and things like that with my friend TJ. Okay, so yeah, keep your eyes open for that. Keep listening. It's his first night with us for a full evening. I've been chatting to him on the phone this week. Absolutely stunning guy. Yeah, and yeah, TJ. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, Kiwi. Yeah, it was that bad. It had legs and it walked down the garden and jumped in the bin.
Sticks, don't mention legs. My hip. Oh, my right hip it's been giving me grief for about 6 months. And it started with little twinges every now and again. Now it's I wake up in the morning and it takes me a couple of minutes to get it moving. It is absolutely locked up, painful. If I sit in the wrong position for any length of time, it's a nightmare. But that's, I'm just looking at that's age, isn't it? I'll probably damage the joint at some point. Bit of arthritis in there. But yeah, just get on with it. Get on with it. There's people in worse cases, worse situations than me, like Kiwi's missus, who's, or his daughter, actually, I think it is. His daughter. Sorry, sorry, Kiwi, I've got the wrong glasses on, so I'm like...
Yeah, the opposite is right. It's a bit of a madhouse, but birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
Yeah, and as you can see, TJ, the whole idea of the Sunday originally started off with me telling tales of survival and giving tips and that. But actually,
then he got rid of. I was here, but not here. I was off screen and talking.
And with these guys and Kaz, it's actually just evolved into a Sunday social. People come on here, and as you can see, there's no set subject. We just natter. This is
TJ, BJ, and John and Derek are all Hang Tough are all from out there in America.
And the FU crew.
Sorry.
So we get guys in from Alaska, Canada, Australia, America. We got from all over.
Yeah.
So
we've got Ireland. Owen. We got Scotland.
Owen from Ireland. Yeah, Scotland.
We've got Wales. We're all covered.
It's just, the way I like to describe it. It's a Sunday evening down the pub. It's Kaz ran a pub for a couple of years. I used to do the doors and that and provide a security. Kaz used to run a pub, and one of the things we always liked about the pub, and I enjoyed about working the door, was the social side. It was the fact, you got to know the locals who come in, have a chat. How you doing, John? How you doing, Dave? How's the missus? How's the dog? All that sort of thing, and the banter and the laughter. And we're building a community here of fantastic guys that come together on a Sunday night, show love and support to one another.
We've got guys and girls.
Yeah, guys and girls, and it's a wonderful time. I look forward to it, and there are guys. I think there's guys that back me up on this Sunday night. You look forward to it. You look forward to it's an unwind before the week starts, before Monday morning, and the drag of the week gets going. Sunday night, whether you drink, whether you grab a pint, whether you have a cup of tea, coffee, and so for some of the guys in the States, this is early morning.
Hence back ribs.
Derek's having a breakfast. So again, it's just getting together, having fun, having a laugh, not taking life too seriously, having a bit of a break. Yeah. Right.
Oh, thank you, PJ. That's nice.
I have to say to Derek's mum.
Hello, Derek's mum.
Derek's mum, you have a wonderful son. I hope you're very proud of him. He's an awesome guy. He has been part of this community and has helped me build it. He's given me a world of advice. He's a fantastic guy. And yeah, if I could give you a hug right now, I would. Plus, you also have a Honda CRV. So good in my book. So, anyhow, my love and hugs to you, and I hope you'll have an awesome day. In fact, an awesome week. How's that? And I'm pretty sure some of the other guys will say hi as well.
Yeah, they get love hearts here.
Yeah. Well, welcome to your first live stream. And it'd be nice to see you again, possibly. You know, it's you're more welcome to join us anytime. And any advice, comments, and that you want to throw away. Besides which, I'm also suddenly realising that if that's the sort of scoff or food you're preparing for your son, when I do come over to the States, can I be adopted by you? Please. I'll baby back ribs and pancakes. I like them. Get puppy eyes now. Can you give big puppy eyes? No, it's wonderful to have you here.
Yeah,
and I hope
spreading
you
the
enjoyed
love
it.
from UK.
Yeah, all that love from the UK. I often refer to Derek as my brother from another mother. Right. So yeah, when I get over to the States, I'm bringing the adoption papers with me. Oh, well, yeah, where are we? 1 hour and 40 minutes. We'll give it another 20 minutes, won't we?
Yeah.
We normally, right, for those of you that might be the first time you've seen this, we normally wind up after about 2 hours because
sometimes it creeps a bit further.
Sometimes it creeps a bit further, and sometimes it's a little bit less, depending on without being nasty, how I'm feeling or what we got on. The idea being that I think 2 hours of listening to me waffle is enough for anybody, let's face it. And I believe the medical professions say listening to Mick for more than 2 hours could be hazardous for your mental health.
So have psychotic episodes.
Or psychotic episodes, yeah. May cause you to have sudden desires to run off to the woods and make fire with bow drills and sticks.
Or not.
Or not, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Benny's cat doesn't like Mick.
Yeah. And for any of you that have maybe a cat problem in the garden, record my voice and play it, and you'll never get a cat in the garden. For some strange reason, we can't explain why, but Benny's cat, the second it hears my voice, it leaves the house, it runs away. I don't know why, because I've never harmed a cat in my life.
We did actually... we did it when we had the one at the New Year's Eve. Yeah. Didn't that lot? That was 4 hours, wasn't it?
That was 4.5 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah, that was a bit of a crazy one because we started off at
8 o'clock normally.
We had this idea, New Year's Eve, we were going to do a live stream when we thought there might be just 2 or 3 people on it because most people have got something to do on New Year's Eve. And the room was full. And instead of my original plan, which was doing my normal 2 hours, let people go and do their things, we went well after midnight, didn't we? That was exhausting. I think this year, if we're going to do a live stream for New Year's Eve, we'll probably start it at 10 o'clock in the evening.
No, Gary, you're it's coming up as Gary on there.
Which one's that?
Gary was asking me, is it coming up with his name? And no, it's... So Stick says it's your story time. That's why he didn't sleep. He kept getting flashbacks of stuff I've never done.
Gary, your comments are coming up with
your name.
Your name, yeah. So it's got your a little blue G and your name.
But when you first come in, it said Yelps. It did say Yelps.
Yeah.
Weird. Welcome to a Twiglet Zone.
Twiglet Zones, yeah. Yes. Oh, I can't remember how the introduction to that went now. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Do not adjust your TV sets. We have taken control. God, do you know what? That was, I don't know if any of you remember the Twilight Zone. Some of you might be a bit young for it. But Joe used to give me the willies as a kid. Terrified the pants off me. I watch it now. I just find myself laughing.
Gary Lund is Yachts.
Yeah.
Sticks. He's in incognito. He's in his stealth mode.
He's in a cognito, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he had a little car. I didn't realise he had a cognito.
What? What is that?
Mind blown. The Cognito. That's a French car, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got to do a Twiglet Zone on Halloween. Especially it's my birthday.
Yeah, what are we going to do on Halloween?
Ooh.
We'll have to think about that.
Dress up.
Yeah, dress up. Got to do a Twiglet Zone on Halloween. Yeah, right. Well, the 15-40 hours there in Chicago.
There was a lot of alcohol, water, and
that's
food.
worth knowing. That's worth knowing, so we can gauge time better then.
Yeah. TJ, you don't know about the location.
Right. Right. Spotty dog. Right, yeah.
You watching Elvira? Yeah, you weren't watching much of it.
TJ, definitely, and I will definitely be, without any luck, picking up 2 of the retrobates on the way up through, and possibly we'll have Mac with me as well when we come up. But again, I'm not going to say too much about that now. I'll speak to them individually. I've got contact numbers for them. I'll speak to them once you've allocated a date, and yeah, there'll be a team of us coming up to show support.
Yes, Chris, you did. You met him across. It's not a crowd. You can't. It's not. It wasn't a crowded room, but it was a.
Their eyes met across the clearing in a misty,
out of their hammocks,
in a misty woodland, there, gazing at one another fondly from their angry beavers.
Yeah, hanging there in their little cocoons, yes. like little
butterflies,
soon to emerge butterflies.
I'm sorry, this is getting a bit daft.
Yeah.
Right. So that's worth knowing. So John Kennedy, Mickey, so they're all on the same time zone. Fantastic. Yeah. That makes life a lot easier for me. So again, because it makes it easier to work it out. TJ, your location is absolutely fantastic, spot on. Like the look of the little river as well. We can do something.
Yeah, because that's the intention, Kitten. We're going to try do what have another time we get together.
Right
up north more.
All I say about location is Derbyshire. Okay, that's all I can give away at the moment. That's where we'll go with that.
You held the same piece of wood. God, I'm glad I didn't spend the weekend there.
A bit worrying, isn't it?
Jeez.
So that must have been when I went to pick you up.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when I leave 2 blokes alone in the woods with Jason,
hammocks,
with a chef.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did he get the butter out? You can tell me. Where did he touch you? I'll get a teddy bear.
Therapy. I know. Leave me bumps touched.
I'll get Resusci Dave down.
Oh, well, excuse me, I just got getting uncomfortable with it.
Benny, I hope you mean forestry wood, Chris.
Oh!
Yeah.
It's a no shave zone, is it?
Sticks. You showed me your beaver first, and I showed you mine. Oh.
Kiwi to get Dave down.
And just so poor Derek's mum's probably sitting there going, "What the hell is going on? Those British guys are all weird." Right, so there is a product, camping product, made by a company called One Tigris, and their emblem is a tiger with very long teeth. But for us in the UK, not seeing many tigers, it actually looks more like a very angry beaver.
And beavers we have got in the UK. Yeah, not many, but we have got some.
Yeah. So we tended to refer to the camping system as an angry beaver. And of course, as you can imagine, a bunch of childish guys who've had a little drink. It's very childish.
Yachts. Where did he touch the stick? Where did he?
Hi, Sam. Hope you're doing good, mate.
Disgusting is as disgusting does.
Yeah, we are, mate.
Yes.
We are. We can't help it. So, if you have a rabbit, rabbits have many uses. They can become glove puppets. Okay, and then
Yeah,
stay
that's
small
the
children.
angry beaver. Owen, it's a emblem on the one Tigris.
They can be used as hats.
Like a bunny Mohican.
You can blow your nose on a rabbit. Use it to wipe your face with, wash with. Okay, wipe your bottom with. They have 101 uses as well as eating them, climbing into it. If you happen to be a very small stature, you can climb it into a rabbit and use it as a sleeping bag. Very similar to Star Wars.
Yeah, but those ones go Benny.
Oh, no idea what the hell you're talking about. You can also use a rabbit for signalling, okay, because you can wave it. The other thing you can use a rabbit for is a cosh. Okay, it takes a while to knock a badger unconscious with a rabbit, but it can be done.
And you can use its own back foot to.
Yeah, that's the main reason I have it. Is the technique I teach people. And any of you that aren't country lads, you might not come across this. Those of you that are country lads, I pretty much know you're going to know this. So if you're preparing things like rabbit, squirrel, any small game, people tend to go for a knife and they'll nick the tummy and then they tear the flesh open to get the grisly bits out. Yeah, to gut it.
Oh,
Now,
you like that, Willow?
What we would do when I was a boy is we would take the foot and push on the pads, which would make the claws lift out, and you actually use one of the claws on the back leg to just hook through the skin, make the initial tear, open the tear up, turn your rabbit upside down, open it up like that, and a simple shake. When you do that, all the bits you don't want drop out. Okay, you can then reach up inside, pinch it off at the top, pull it out, and all you're left with then is a diaphragm and everything above that. So you've got the lights, which are the lungs, the heart, the kidneys are left intact, and the liver will stay in there. Which are all bits that you, in a survival situation, you can't afford to throw away. And that's what I use him for. That's what Rusty Dave was brought in for, purely and simply because children don't want to see me doing it for real, but kids all want to know what you do.
Yeah, so Willow stole this, and I found it in our room. All sort of doing a damn good brush because it's been dribbled over.
Stealth. If you're not back in time, we'll catch you later. Yeah, 101 uses for a rabbit, and again, you never throw anything away. Now, if it's a survival situation, don't throw any part of it away. It's all got use, whether it's for feeding things, for baiting traps, for making up twines. So again, you can use things like the intestine and the lights and that for making cordage, making snares, which always seem to be a bit cruel using rabbit for catching rabbit, but it works.
I think it's trying to do the water, Martin. It's the water or the alcohol or, It's too late for a mad March hare.
Yeah. And, or as somebody once said to me, simple things please simple minds. And it pleases me. Again, great fun with me rabbit.
Nice, Daryl.
And it's a wee bunny tail, yeah.
Oh, sorry, the rabbit.
All right, fingers. Hit me right on the nail. If you caught that, Kaz went to hit the rabbit with the spoon just as I picked up the rabbit. She tapped me right on the tip of the fingernail, and that hurt.
Actually, funny, TJ, Mick's mum has got her dog's called Sky, isn't it?
TJ.
Yeah, but you want to wash it first.
Hey, they're fantastic emergency bog rolls. Absolutely.
Perhaps
fantastic.
we've been eating too much beef.
Also, remember this: if in the event that you've got a bleeding wound, rabbit fur helps with clotting. Okay, as will any fur. So again, don't.
And that's how they used to use.
Walk out of the woods back to the ambulance with a rabbit strapped your arm. But basically, you can tear the fur out, use that.
And also, they used rabbit blood
dressing
to for
Yes.
forensic science. Didn't
Yes,
they?
rabbit blood was used for coding blood, doing the tests to work out whether it's human or animal. Again, it's that think outside the box. What did our ancestors
Do you
do?
want it, Sky? Do you want it? Do you want the bunny?
That's very cruel of you.
Night, Ray. Enjoy Oban.
Yeah, right. Enjoy Oban.
Willow.
Watch out for the local brew. It's potent. And a great hat. Yeah.
Willow. Leave it. It's easy to
We're at 1 hour and 54 minutes and 48 seconds. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to allow you guys to say goodnight to one another. We're going to call it quits for the 2-hour mark because I fancy cheese toasty and I have got to be up very early in the morning. So what I'll do, I will let you guys say your good nights.
Cheers, Owen.
It's been a real pleasure as always. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday evening. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic week wherever you are in this world. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. If you can get outside and have an adventure, do it. To my mate Ray up in Scotland on his holes, mate, you just keep doing what you're doing and love it. And the rest of you, have fun. Have fun.
Just leaving it alone now.
As I always say, love those you do, forgive those you don't, and may peace and light be upon you all. I'll let you all say your good nights now. And to Derek's mum, I'll see you next year, mum.
Night, Owen. Night, Chris.
Bring the adoption papers with me.
Night, Kiwi.
Owen.
And Derek.
Owen.
Night,
right.
Sam.
A bit of the old witch hazel on that arm. That'll ease their muscles up.
Good night.
You're going to crack it, mate.
TJ. Good night, Lee. Good night, John.
Sticks. Take it easy, mate. Have an awesome week.
Night,
Kiwi.
Penny.
You have a good week too.
Do your.
Sam, look after yourself, mate. Look after your health. Go steady. Do what you got to do. We'll always be here, okay? Simple as that. Keep them coming. Have fun. Be good. Look after yourself. TJ, absolutely awesome, mate.
And we will be back next week.
Yeah, we will be back next week. Although, for those guys, anybody sending me a message or trying to get hold of me this week, if you can't get hold of me, I apologise. I am on the Isle of Wight looking after my mum. So I'm not going to be lugging my phone around with me all the time. I've got little bits and pieces to do. So if I don't get back to you, it's not me being rude. It's purely and simply I've got that much on. I've got to concentrate on in the few days that I'm there. Yeah.
Like Derek's mum too.
Yeah. So take it
Night,
easy.
John
BJ, my love and respect to your family. Say hi to them all. Sticks, say hi to them all for me. Sky, yeah. Thank you for your pictures. They're up on the wall permanently. Benny, Brooke, hiya guys. Take it easy. Have a fun week.
You can let the cat in now because he's going offline.
Oh, yops. Take it easy. Be good. Let's try and think. Is there anybody I've missed? Martin. Yeah, sorry, Martin. Right, have a great one, mate. Look after yourself. Have a fantastic week. Be good.
Well, I'll leave it.
Hydrocortisone. Ooh. Yeah. Hydrocortisone jabs. They hurt like hell. I get one up in the shoulder on occasion. They are no fun. Cat and Killer. Stay safe, mate. Have fun. Look after yourself. Have a great week. Actually swore then. I do apologise. The language nearly got right.
He nearly fuffed.
I nearly fuffed.
And here's hoping tonight, Sticks, you managed to get your thing done.
Yeah, Sticks, you're obviously going to get out this week and do that video that we were talking about, mate. Best of luck, right? Honestly, hope you crack it. I know you can, right? You will. Positive mindset, you're going to be there. BJ, yeah, you will. It's sod's law. When you do it, you can do it 20 times at home, as I've said in the past. I've done it loads of times at home, not a problem. The minute I get a video camera out normally, then it all goes twats. And I think what it is, I think I tried too hard.
Yeah, but it's the same as when you tell someone, oh, my dog does this, and it doesn't do it.
But that was the thing.
Yeah.
One of the lessons I learned as a military instructor early on in my career was instruct, don't demonstrate. Because the minute you try and show them what to do and demonstrate it, you'll either mess it up or it'll go completely wrong. And then you look a twat. Do apologise for the language, but that was how it was put to me. So, yeah, and it is one of those things when the pressure's on, yeah, you stop thinking quite as you should. You go a bit stiffer. You try a bit too hard. Yeah. So, yeah, and you're tired before you. Well, let's face it. You spent a day pumping away like a good one. You look, it's like a bunch of fiddle players, don't we? Owen, we might come over to one of the bars because by the time we've all got the art of bow drill figured out, I reckon we can crack fiddle playing as well. So.
Yes, I could hear you from my bed.
Yes, that's disturbed my wife. You did. This little voice came from the other room going, "What the hell are you lot doing in there?"
Need therapy, they do.
Need therapy. Right, guys, that's it. We're going to call it quits now. I'm going to end X. So to all of you out there, including Derek's mum, have a great week, guys. Till next time, stay safe, have fun, have your adventures. Yeah, be good. Mickey out. No star, my friend. Oh.